Hey guys, this is Claudia here from the Bookkeeping Experts, coming back for more education on QuickBooks Online. We are so thrilled to come back each week and talk to you and help you with the different challenges that you may be finding with QuickBooks Online. QuickBooks is a great software and helps many small businesses out there, small to medium business out there, to solve their accounting issues. But there are situations, however, that you may be finding challenging because you're not trained as an accountant. You're a business owner and you're trying to understand what's going on. And for a lot of you who are accountants, you also may face a lot of challenges because you may be very familiar with filing taxes, but not very familiar with the software. And it's hard to understand and get all the information you need to get to be able to get the taxes filed. Now, what I always talk to you is that the main reason why we want to keep your books up to date is so that you can have a clear vision of where you are with your business at this point. Also, you'll be able to verify your historical data so you can predict what is going to happen in the future, or you can forecast, or you can budget, set goals to be able to grow your business and take it to the next level. That is the main goal, is to be able to grow your business. One of the things that I love the most is to be able to interact with people like you. And I interact with you pretty much every week. And sometimes I interact in an even closer relationship. And it's absolutely fascinating to me. It's fascinating to talk to business owners throughout this country. I have people from all the way from Florida to Alaska or Hawaii, and it's absolutely amazing to me to be able to talk to you each day, see your different perspective, your dreams, and so on and so forth. Today we're going to talk about unapplied cash payment and how to fix it. Sometimes it may be very easy because it's just a matter of date, and we're going to show you. And sometimes it may be a little bit more complicated because it's a payment that is not assigned to an invoice. And that can create all kinds of problems. Okay, so without much further ado, we're going to go now into QuickBooks Online to show you how to fix unapplied cash payment. All right, so here is our QuickBooks Online. We're going to maximize this, and this is the profit and loss for this year to date. By the way, to get there, you're going to click on Reports on the left-hand side and then select your profit and loss. There's different profit and loss here. We're just going to go with the standard profit and loss. We're going to click on this year to date, and I'm going to put it on cash basis because you're not going to see that on accrual basis. If you are accrual basis, you're not going to see that. But if you're cash basis, yes, you're going to see that. First of all, what is an applied cash payment? Unapplied cash payment is QuickBooks telling you that you receive a payment in behalf of a customer and there's no invoice assigned, or the other situation is that the payment is recorded for an invoice that was created later after the payment was received. So it's just QuickBooks' way to say, hey, wait a minute, you received or you created the invoice after you received the money, so it doesn't apply to that invoice. So keep in mind, your invoice needs to be dated for the date you received the payment or before that. If you do it for later, it creates that problem of unapplied cash payment. So here on the income, you'll see unapplied cash payment, and we have multiple situations here so that we can show you. So we're gonna click on that $18.95, and when I click on it, I'm gonna see all these transactions that are unapplied cash payment. The first one is the easiest one, is just a date problem. So you see that the invoice here was created for January 9th and the payment was created for the 8th, or the payment was received on the 8th of January. So easy way to fix is just to click on the invoice itself. You can click on the negative 85. The negative means is that it has been paid. And then you want to change the invoice date to the 8th. That's all you gotta do, or whatever date that you receive the money. Okay, so we're gonna save and close here, and voila, this is gonna disappear as soon as we refresh the page. Back to report, and it's all gone. See that? Now we have those two ones. And this is a different situation. So if you click on the 1675.52, you see that the payment is here, but the invoice was not selected. Now, what if there was no invoice, period? Then if there was no invoice, you want to create an invoice, and you want to create an invoice for the payment date or prior to the payment date, okay? And that's how you do. And then you would apply that invoice towards that. But if there is an invoice already created and it's not linked, the only thing you're going to do is just select the invoice and make sure that the amount of credit is 0. Okay, that's all you got to do, and you're going to save and close, and it's fixed. So that's simple. Okay, so we're going to do the same one with the second one here. Okay, so you see the invoice. Invoice is for February 4th, so that's good. It's for the remaining balance is 220. The payment was received, but the invoice was not selected. Now, a lot of times this happens if you have an integration. I've seen that with Jobber integration. I've seen that with Method integration. So where the payment is received because the program is sending the payment, but it's not matching to an invoice. By the way, Jobber is working really good if it is single invoices that you're selecting payment. But if you select multiple, sometimes you see this problem happening where the invoice is not selected. So the only thing you got to do is pretty much just select the invoice and save and close. The other situation is when the payment itself is less than the amount due on the invoice. I can't talk right now. So in that situation, you fix the problem a little different. So first we're going to create the problem. Okay, I'm going to go, this is just a simple account. I'm going to go to Amy's Sanctuary here. And okay, and the amount received is that, but let's suppose that I recorded the amount received as $400, but the invoice, and I'm not selecting this one, okay, but the invoice is for $387. See, the amount of credit says $13. It's because the amount doesn't match. Okay, so how to fix that? We're going to save and close. I'm creating this problem for you so you can see the unapplied payment. So on the profit and loss right now, you see that $13 unapplied cash payment. And when I click on it, it's going to say that this payment received is not for the same amount. Now, if this indeed was the amount received, you want to correct the invoice so that it can match whatever happened in here. So you're going to create the invoice. You're going to go into the invoice. And maybe this $13 was tips or something like that. You can adjust, or it can be some kind of service that you didn't record. And I'm going to record the $13. And I'm going to save and close. Now, if I go to the first, I changed the invoice, but I still have that problem because I didn't fix the payment yet. So if I go to the payment now, I should be able to fix this to match whatever the payment is. So the payment applied here now, we're gonna fix it to be $400, which is the same amount of same as the amount received. So now the amount on the invoice and the amount received is the same. and I fixed the problem. If I refresh the page, that $13 is all gone. And we fixed it. Okay, so we're going to go back here. So this is it for this week. And I hope this was useful, because I've seen this problem going on over and over again. I'm back. So I've seen this problem happening over and over again. So once again, different ways to fix it depending on what is causing the problem. Number one could be the date. Easy to fix. Just change the date in the invoice. That's all you got to do. Second one, the invoice was not selected, but the payment was received. Go ahead and select the invoice that is associated with that payment and apply towards it. Second one, the payment received was for more than the invoice, what was due on the invoice. Then what you got to do is just fix the invoice, create the difference. You know, if the difference has to do with tips, write down the amount of the tips you received. If it has to do with a service that you provided that was not on the initial invoice, fix that. And then you can go back, go to Unapplied Cash Payment, and then make sure that the amount on the invoice is the same amount of the payment. And you apply towards it. Okay. I hope this was useful. As you're finishing up your books, if you have not already filed your taxes, if you were an S-Corp, you should have been done with it. But if not, next month coming up very quickly. And I'm sure a lot of you are working hard on getting everything done. So I hope this was useful if you come across this unapplied payment. Either if you're an accountant, a bookkeeper, or if you are a business owner trying to get things organized, you may see a lot of those issues out there. We're here to help you. And I'm so happy that you came and watched and spent this time with me. If you spent all this time here with me and you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please click on that subscribe button. We want to come back and bring valuable content to you each week so that we can help you fix your books and bring it up to date. But we need your help. When you just click on that subscribe button down below, it is a great help for us, and it doesn't cost you anything. So please do so and share this video with your family, friends, with your co-workers. We want to help as many people as possible, and we want to be able to come back over and over again and help more and more people. Thank you for watching. We are going to come back next week, and I hope to see you then. And until next time, keep on smiling.